Did you know we got a 3.5 earthquake just outside of San Francisco yesterday afternoon? Now they're having those flooding concerns and that snowstorm concern as well in California. To break down exactly what's happening here, we have meteorologist Michaela Smith. Michaela, tell us about the atmospheric river setup. What are the biggest hazards here, and what can they see as we head into the weekend?
Thank you, Taylor. I want to take us out west because we have yet another atmospheric river that is impacting the West Coast. This time, though, the focus is all on California. You can see behind me, starting today, there is a level 3 out of 3 risk for the potential for flash flooding, and that's not only going to exist for Friday, but even as we head into the weekend, we're going to have to closely watch portions of California, especially down near LA, for the potential for flash flooding. So I want to break it down for you day by day. You can start off here with day 1, and you can see that area highlighted in red. That does include Los Angeles, and that's going to be that level 3 out of 3 risk. But even areas that are included in yellow or even green still will have the potential for flash flooding this afternoon into this evening. Then we shift our attention to tomorrow. There's still going to be at that level 3 risk, so that's that top level 3 out of 3 areas highlighted in red, including Los Angeles for Saturday, and that's because we're going to see all the rainfall Friday, and then we have a second round of rain that's going to be moving in late Friday night into Saturday. Now with the second round too, the ground's always going to be a little bit more wet, obviously from the previous rainfall, but with this area highlighting the Los Angeles metro a little bit closer, we're going to have to watch for the potential for maybe mudslides or just flooding in the roadways, especially for areas that still have burn scars from the previous wildfires earlier on this year. Here I have a graphic behind me coming straight from the National Weather Service in Los Angeles. Now they have the timing that they're expecting weather to start to deteriorate or be the worst is going to be Friday night, Saturday, and into Saturday evening as well. Some of the impacts from this storm system that the National Weather Service of Los Angeles truly wants to highlight is with all of this rainfall, it could lead to rock slides or mudslides that could cause lane closures and backed up traffic. You're also going to have to watch very closely for the potential of creeks to start kind of overflowing out of their bed. Also seeing some of that water covering roadways that could lead to swift water rescues. It could lead to cars hydroplaning and having to stall out because of the water in the roadway. It also could lead to areas like we mentioned with burn scars having more of that flash flooding potential because the ground is not going to be able to truly absorb that moisture because it's a burn scar. You're going to see a lot of debris quickly flowing off of that, so that will increase the flash flooding risk in those areas, and then eventually that could also lead into creeks and stuff like that being overflown very quickly. So this is one of those events that you really need to stay weather aware for, because with the flash flooding potential especially, that can happen in just minutes. So you could go from maybe being somewhere that's dry to now all of a sudden you have a running river moving right through the area that you were just standing. Now with all this moisture moving in, it's not just rain that we're talking about, but quite a bit of snowfall that could also impact California. There are winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings now that extend from Reno down through Fresno all the way down to Bakersfield because quite a bit of snowfall is expected in the Sierra Nevada mountains. You can see this graphic here that in some locations you can expect nearly 2 feet of snow possible. Now that's going to be way higher up in the mountains, so as you go further down in elevation, you will not see as much snowfall. Talking about maybe closer to 12 to 18 inches of snow possible, but that's still quite a bit of a snowstorm for November. Now we highlighted today and tomorrow for those rain chances, but you can see behind me, this is still going to be an event that lasts into Sunday and even Monday as well. So lots of rain still coming to the California coast as this atmospheric river continues to bring a ton of rainfall and strong winds to the region. We'll share any updates with you as they come in, so make sure you're following us on HailTrace. And I know, Taylor, we are also going to be watching closely on social media, especially to see maybe a chance to get those views of all that snowfall. If we see 2 feet of snow in the mountains, I know that's just going to be absolutely beautiful. It's just going to blanket the area in white. So really excited to see hopefully some of those pictures. Not very excited about this potential for flash flooding, so fingers crossed that that doesn't end up being too bad for the coast of California. But here back in the plains, we'll have chances for weather a little bit later this weekend and into next week. Taylor, I'll send things back to you to kind of wrap up this atmospheric river talk and talk more about our chances of weather going into next week.
Thank you, Michaela. Yeah, we really appreciate your report there, talking about, of course, all of that flooding that we're expecting across California, and then the snow that you get farther out to the east into the mountains. You know, they have a little bit of everything over the past 24 hours and within the next 24 hours as well. And again, all of that thanks to this low pressure system that's sitting just outside of California right now. It's feeding all of this moisture into places like Los Angeles and San Diego. And then of course you go up into the upper elevations, that moisture turns to snow, and that's whenever you get all of those travel issues and whiteout conditions that they're worried about, which is why we have that winter storm warning. That's all of the rain that we're expecting in California over the next 3 days. Michaela talked about that level 3 flood risk.